Everybody, thanks for checking out my review for this TQTHL 11,800 milliamp battery. That is a huge capacity battery, which I absolutely needed because I love my phone. I haven't upgraded to because I really like the removable battery and the expandable memory, a lot of stuff they've taken out of some of the newer notes. So I kept this phone, but I use it a lot, and so I was going through batteries about at least three of them a day because I use my phone so much during work. So I was carrying around these extra batteries. I actually had a third battery, but it went bad and started bulging, so I threw it out. So I was carrying around all these extra batteries. It still wasn't enough. I ended up having to carry a charger, and whenever I sat down at a desk, I would have to plug it in, and I realized I turned my mobile phone into a corded phone, and that was kind of ridiculous. So I started looking for options. I stumbled across this battery on Amazon and started comparing it to some of the name brand. We call them name brand, but like the big guns, which is ZeroLemon for these batteries. And this seemed like a lot better deal. And so I decided to give it a try, and I really couldn't be more pleased with this battery. So I'll go through. Everybody always wants to know how big does it make your phone. So this is the case for it. Let me take these out here. So it replaces the back panel and it replaces the case. All right, so this was the case that I had on before. So let's see if we can get you a decent view of that, if I can get my phone to focus here. All right. Try to level that out. So you can see it does add some width to it. It's not a ton. Let's see if I can line it up. I'm going to line it up with the top because the back is curved. So there we go, that's lined up. And you can see, you can just barely see a little bit out from the bottom of it. So it doesn't really add that much as far as thickness goes. It does add quite a bit for weight, which is always the next question that everybody has. So I've got this scale, we can kind of compare a little bit here. If I can get it out of the glare. All right. So we're going in ounces. So this is for the case and the battery. It's at 7.95 ounces compared to what it's replacing, which is the case, the back battery cover. I only have two of these batteries, which is at 5.6. This equals about 6,000 milliamps, which is half of what, almost half of, sorry, just a little over half of what the TQTHL battery is. So you'd have to throw in one of these. This is a 5,000 milliamp battery. You can see that it's a whole lot lighter to carry around this one battery, and it's a lot easier than carrying around a whole bunch of batteries and switching it out. I found that the battery would die at really inconvenient times, like in the middle of phone calls. So that's why I decided I need to find another option. So as far as what you can expect from your phone, it does make it quite a bit heavier. So that's about 8. The phone itself is only about 4. So you can see it's more than double well, it's about double the size of the phone, the weight of the phone. So it does add quite a bit of weight. That's going to be the case with any extended battery. So I don't list that as a con because that's just what you get. I want to point out the case itself. So these buttons here are really nice. You can actually very, very easily push the buttons on your phone. I've had some cases that actually this case is one of them. So I like this case. It does a great job protecting it, but trying to push the power button down. Let me see if I can get this out to show you. So it's really, really stiff, and it's a lot harder to push the button. I'll show you what I mean here in a second on the phone. So to put it on, you can see this has got the shape of the normal battery. You just plug it in. That's all there is to it. Slide the case over the top. I like the case too because it's rounded at the top, that little extra curve right there instead of just being straight. That curve makes it easier to go in and out of your pocket. I'm still looking for a belt clip that works for this. So if any of you have tried this battery and you have a belt clip that you like, let me know because sometimes it is a little much to keep in your pocket. So you can see, push the button down. The buttons push really, really nicely. There's also plenty of space to get your S Pen out. The speaker itself, the sound is definitely different because it directs the sound a little bit more. It's way louder than it was. I'd say the sound quality is diminished a little bit, but it definitely gets a lot louder than it used to. So there's a couple important things to know about any extended batteries, and that is that you have to calibrate it. Got to get it out of the light there. You have to calibrate these batteries. The first time you put a battery in, it's going to think that it still has one of these little 3200 milliamp batteries in there. So it will charge to full, or say 100%, at about 1/3 of the capacity. The other thing is that it will stay at 1% for, I don't know, maybe, I think the first time I did it, it stayed at 1% for around 8 hours. So that's a lot of time. So in order to get the percentage meter up there, there it goes. If I can't get this, I'll do some screenshots. In order to get the percentage meter to read accurately, here's what you do. You drain the battery completely. I mean completely. So let it drain it all the way down until it shuts off. Turn it back on, make sure it shuts off again. Turn it back on, make sure it shuts off again. Make sure that it is completely drained. To do that, I actually used, there's a couple of apps. These are free apps. So this is, I think it's called Your Battery Waster. Basically, it just uses everything on your phone that uses battery, and you can just click this and start it running. So it turns on the vibration, boosts up the screen, does all sorts of stuff. All right. So let me close that out since it's making a noise in my hand. So you can drain that down completely. The first time I did it, honestly, I had to run that battery drainer all day long. It took so long to kill this battery. It was crazy. And then once you have it completely drained, I use this app. So it's Advanced Battery Calibrator. Now listen, everybody, don't yell at me for this because it's not necessary. It's not completely necessary to do this calibrate. Basically what it does is it removes a binary file that's the battery information. So you charge it up to 100%, you choose this calibrate now, it'll run through, erase that battery file. That battery file technically gets replaced anytime you charge your phone over 80%. So you don't necessarily have to use that calibration. I just did because really, why not? So then you're going to, once it's charged, you hit the calibrate now, drain it all the way down, and then charge it all the way back up. Now listen, so right here in the corner, this is really, really important. So right here in the corner, you have this. When it's plugged in, it has a little lightning bolt. It will say 100%, but still have that lightning bolt. That means it's still charging, so don't take it off of your charger until that lightning bolt goes away. It takes some time. I normally charged it overnight. And so all the way up until that lightning bolt goes away, that tells you it's 100%. Also, take off your fast charging because that's super important too. If you don't know how to do it, you just go into your battery. Oops, sorry, I wasn't really showing you that. So you can drop this down, go to your settings like that, then scroll down, go to battery. Here's your fast charging. So I'll take some screenshots. I took some of the screenshots yesterday. This lasted like 36 hours on one charge. And I use this phone a lot during the weekdays. Weekends, not so much, but I use that phone a lot, and it lasted 36 hours on a single charge. That was doing Bluetooth streaming through my headphones for probably, I think, 5 or 6 hours. That was using it for my everyday activities, all of the apps that I use every day. I have a lot of apps running in the background. I also have a smartwatch that's connected to it all the time. So this thing is just incredible as far as battery life. Yeah, you sacrifice a little bit of weight, and a little bit of size, but to actually have a phone that's functional, 100% worth it. Just a couple notes. The reason I chose this for a variety of reasons over the ZeroLemon. Honestly, the biggest one was the warranty. This has a 24-month warranty, which is crazy for a battery company. So the ZeroLemon, their listing actually said the longest warranty period in the industry, and theirs was 6 months. And so this one actually has a 24-month warranty, which is amazing. That means they have a product, they're using quality cells that they feel they can stand behind for that long, versus using the cheapo cells like this one here that I got is just a no-name brand. And it held a charge fully for about, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. So all in all, this is an amazing battery. I highly recommend it over any other extended battery on the market. When you compare apples to apples, it's a higher capacity. It's about $20 less than the competitors. It's got great cells. It's got an amazing warranty, and it just works. I mean, this thing works all day long. So I recommend it, and I give it a solid 5 stars.